Alright, so a bit of a different one. This video, I'm kind of filming this video and the bike rack modifications at the same time, so bear with us if stuff doesn't really make sense from video to video, but it kind of does to me at the time. So I've just plugged it in, turn her on, and then I normally just click it up to 110. 21 is the actual temperature of it now. 19 is the probe temp, which is I use that. It's a bit more accurate than this one, and I've got it set to 110. So that's it. Just turn it on, let it go, lid down, and that's it. And in about 10 minutes that'll be ready to go, and now we'll just go inside and do these stakes. So just using that stuff, just a little bit, otherwise it's too salty. That's all you need. Okay, that's the stakes ready to go. I can smell smoke, so that means that's ready. You're gonna see that. See the probe says 126, actual's 130, so that's the closest it's ever been. But I had it set to 110 and it's gone too hot. So I might even just crack it down to smoke and let that go. Otherwise it's gonna be too quick. I'll let a bit of the air out, so yeah. And I never cook on those grates there, on the big fat ones down the bottom, because otherwise you could take them out and clean them all the time. So I just use those, they're just cooling trays I think from Big Dub. So we'll let that sit. Plenty of juice in there, no dramas. Alright, and I'll show you the sauces now that we're making. Righto, so that's going to be butter, garlic, melted down to brush onto the steak when it's on the barbie. So not while it's on the smoker, keep it dry while it's on the smoker, and then use that when it's on the barbie. And then we just got some butter, mushrooms, and a bit of gravy granules for a mushroom butter gravy sauce to serve with that one. And I'm boiling the kettle I've got a litre of water in the kettle to fill up a container that then goes into a little esky, so when the steaks are resting they're in a hot esky, not straight into a cold esky, burnt and cold. So I'll show you that when I do it. Just going to check on these steaks. Currently sitting at, whoop, gimbal's having a fit. 87. So we'll just get 2 seconds. So I just got one of these Inkbird instant read thermometer, and we're looking for about 35. We're at 30. So yeah, another 10 minutes. I might just swap, if I can, swap that one because it's a bit hotter on the left side. And that should even out. I'll be ready at the same time then. So yeah, only another 5 degrees. So I'm going to start getting the barbie hot and getting the garlic butter sauce ready as well. Okay, got the butter ready to go. I'm going to go get the steaks. Just leave a little bit more there for the other side. Only needs about a minute or so, minute and a half. That's what you want. Get the flames on it, garlic, butter, beautiful. I'll leave this running. check. Only pushing 45. Perfect. That's it. So another minute or so. And that's it. Love Alpha. Bit hectic. Got the L4 ready to go. And that's it. So in the L4. Nice and tight. That's hot. Oh. Tip the water out. And then we just got water heating up the esky. Right, so that's the mashies drained, nice and dry. Now we're going to crack an egg. Don't worry about that. So egg, that'll cook. Those mashies are really hot, so that egg will cook. Can you just put the butter in? Mm-hmm. Butter and a little bit of olive oil just to make it smooth. I like a fair bit. Couple of glugs. Whoa, 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 that's it, yep. Okay, that should be pretty smooth. Alright, so we'll mash all that up, we'll serve up and I'll get back to you. The steaks are in here, in the hot esky, so 15 minutes. And we'll serve up and I'll get back to you. And there she is, all done. Steaks come up nice, medium rare. So, well, maybe medium, I don't know. They're pretty thin steaks, so it's probably medium, but no, looking good. So next one, we're going to do the pork tomorrow, but it'll all be in this video. So in 2 seconds, you'll be watching the pork starting to cook. And morning, it's pretty early. It's about just gone 6:30. Got the pork ready to go. I've just turned the barbecue on because it's got a bit of fat down the bottom. So I want to put that on the barbie first and get that cooking, and then it goes on the smoker. So first up. So change of plans, we're not having this for lunch now, we're having it for dinner because it's going to take too long to cook. Actually need the other one too. So pretty generous. So you don't want anything on the fat. Ooh, not putting anything there. And just rub. Oh, that's cold. It's pretty cold. It's only like 6 degrees this morning. So like that. I will put a bit on this fat here because that's never going to see the heat anyway. And a bit on the back. That is so cold. Ooh. Oh, that's even colder. Ooh. So that's the trick, lots of Dijon, so it's that one there. Original. And then a bit of this just for the grains. Get some water going. That's it.
I forgot to salt the skin, so just put a bit of salt on the board. Generous amount. And then get all that going. You can see that salt's come up quite nice. That'll do. And then I'll put a bit of this stuff on. It's called the white rub. You can use it on pretty much anything. Fair bit of it. I'm sure it's got salt in it. Could probably just use this on the bottom. But yeah. So the thicker, I found the thicker that your meat is, like that's about 3 inches thick. The more you get away with this. If it's too thin and you put too much of this on, it just goes way too salty. Whereas if that's nice and thick, so that should be fine. All right, we'll transfer this over to the barbecue. It's gonna be another nice day today. What's the sunrise like? Oh yeah, must have had a plane go. That looks pretty cool. Don't normally get those contrails in Australia because we don't have any planes that fly over us. There's like one plane a week that goes from Johannesburg to Sydney, and we see that sometimes if the conditions are right, but yeah, I don't know what that one is. That's going north to south or south to north, so not sure. Maybe because it's so bloody cold. What is it? Yeah, it's like 4, 5, 2, 4. Yeah, 4. Yeah, 2. Oh no, 5, 6, 7 degrees. Yeah, 7 degrees. Anyway, I'm going to stand in front of the hot barbecue for a bit. That'll be good. I'll just put you down here. So I'll just leave that for a bit. Helps the skin go a bit crispy. Turn the smoker on. This is going to take a while to get hot because it's quite cool, but it's still on from yesterday. So yesterday we did the steaks for lunch. This morning we're doing the pork, not for lunch though. It's going to be for dinner. We were thinking about it last night. Yeah, I'll probably keep it on 110. It's going to take two because it's 1.1 kilos, so that's going to take a few. That's going to take a bit to cook. It's definitely not going to be ready for lunch. So yeah, we'll do it for dinner instead. Change of plans. All right, that's been about 5 minutes. Obviously, it's not crackle, but I'm not really looking to get crackle out of it. What I've done sometimes is after we've cut it up to eat, when it's ready, like tonight, you can actually slice that fat cap off and chuck it back on the barbie and make it crackle out of it then. Bit of a dessert. But see how it's just starting to go brown? That should be fine. So I think that's done, so we'll turn that off. And then I've got a, where is it, meter stick. So that'll go in right in the guts. Still might be a little bit cold in there. And that's it. You want to make sure it's got a line that you have to insert it to, and you want to make sure that the tip's not like near the edge because it's going to give you false readings. And just wipe my hands because I've got mustard all over me. So that's flashing green. So if you can see it, yep. So that means it's talking. So this talks to this. And then that talks to your phone. So the smoker, oh yeah, smoke is pissing smoke everywhere. There's no wind, so it's just hanging around. So I'll go and whack it on that now. Picture there. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Cranking. See the flame at the back there? So I'll put that in the middle, spot on. Leave it like that. Put that there. And she's looking good. That's beautiful, nice coverage. Heaps of Dijon. If you think you put too much, put a little bit extra on, because some of it it gets hot and runs off, so you want heaps on there. And that's it. I don't put anything else on it now. It's just going to stay in there until probably 4 o'clock this afternoon. Yeah, probably 4ish. I just muck around with the temperatures. I can't remember. I think it's 80 degrees, 75 degrees. I'll have to look it up, see what the finished temperature of that meat is, and I will just play with the temperatures until it's ready for 4 o'clock, because I want at least 2 hours in the esky resting. So that's one way to do it, is just put it in nice and early and then slow it down and speed it up, just one click either way until it's ready and to the time that you want it. But from my experience, 6:30, put it on at 6:30 in the morning and it's going to be ready for dinner time, no dramas. So I'll get back to you. It is 6:50 in the morning at the moment, so I'll get back to you periodically. I don't know if I'm going to do it every hour. I won't even look at that every hour. So because I know what the temperature is. I'll put some screenshots from that meter app in the video too. So just every time I check it, I'll put some screenshots in there. And Barbie's done. Clean that up, and that's it. So yeah, I'll get back to you in a couple hours, and we'll see how we go. All right. What's the time? 9:30 on the knocker. So I've just turned it up a bit because we've just come back from Bunnings. She's looking good. Look at that, lovely. I'll put a screenshot of the of what the meter says, but it's saying like 12 hours to go. Obviously that's not right, so I'm just going to bump it, sit it at about 120, so that in there it should be about 130 or so. It's absorbed all the smoke it's ever going to absorb now. I think it only absorbs smoke in the first half hour, so now it's just about cooking it and resting it. So all good, we'll leave that. There's not much more I can show you. Yeah, no, that's about it. See the probe? So it's set at 120, it reckons it's at 94, but the probe's saying 88. It's not too much of a difference, but enough to make a difference, so that's why I use that probe as well. But yeah, I'll just boost it. I'll boost it for a bit, because really I want it to come out at, actually no, not that much. I forgot we're having it for dinner, not lunch. So I want it to come out about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll just leave it at 110, see what happens. And come out at 4 in the esky for 2 hours, and then we're eating at 6. We're going to have tacos. 1.1 kilos is probably a bit much just for us, but we'll have it for lunch, whatever, tomorrow. So no worries. All right, I'll get back to you. I'm going to go make I just got back from Bunnings, and I bought all the stuff to make this water feature. I had some stuff, the liner and the pump just rocked up, so there's going to be a nice little water feature in that corner there. So I got concrete and extension cords and stuff like that, so I think I've got everything, and I've got a big board of melamine there to make the mould. So I'll end this video, and I'm about to start another one which will go in the water feature video, so check that one out if you haven't seen it. Sorry, you can't, because it won't be up until I finish the water feature, and this cooking video is going to be up today probably, or tomorrow, so you'll have to hang about for that one. Cheers. Alright, just boiling the kettle, getting the esky ready. This thing's done, just cracking 80 degrees internal. Sitting at about 146, I think it is. Tastes really good. I've a couple of taste tests. You can see the smoke ring, all nice and red. So yeah, it's looking good. Probably won't do another update. I'll put a few screenshots of the what's the name? Oh, 2 seconds. Okay, it's 5:30 and it's been resting for 2 hours. Let's have a look at it. Smells good. Oh, perfect. Nice and crispy. Just cut it up so you can see what it's like on the inside. Nice and juicy. Oh, spot on, yeah. So we're just having tacos, so that's what that's going to get all cut up for. So pretty easy enough anyway. Catch us later.